Hey everyone, I'm Isaac and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2025. Remakes. They've become all too common in Hollywood lately, especially thanks to Disney. Sure, other studios have been jumping on the remake train lately, but Disney has been especially egregious in that regard, turning their perfectly fine animated movies into soulless live-action husks and making a crap ton of money at the box office. It would be one thing if they did this with some of their lesser-known films to give them another chance in the spotlight, but they're doing this with the ones that everyone already knows while sucking out all the charm and memorability that made them so good in the first place. And now it seems like DreamWorks has decided to join the party, because there was a time when they were considered Disney's greatest rival. So for their first foray into live-action remakes, we're getting How to Train Your Dragon. Specifically, they're retelling the first one, which is definitely a great movie in its own right. It's cleverly written, the characters are memorable, the world building is exceptional, the score is majestic, and the animation and action are fantastic and still hold up well 15 years later. The sequels were great as well, with 2 heightening the stakes and expanding upon its predecessor's world building, and The Hidden World providing an epic and emotionally satisfying conclusion. So when I found out that Universal would be giving this the live-action remake treatment, I was a bit pissed. They didn't even wait 20 years to do this like Disney initially did before announcing a goddamn Moana remake. Are you shitting me? And overall, did we even really need it? I know they brought back the original director, but the original was fine on its own, so why did they decide to give it a remake? And why am I asking this when I know the answer is because... But whatever, Universal was going ahead with it, so I waited expecting it to be absolute garbage. But then something shocking happened. People actually liked it. That was definitely a shocker for me, but part of me was curious about if maybe I had misjudged it. So I saw it as my official first movie in the US after returning from Japan. I would have had that title go to The Life of Chuck, but my grandpa and I had to see it a day later due to scheduling conflicts. But I will say that it's a great movie and you should absolutely check it out if you can. 9 out of 10. But what about How to Train Your Dragon? Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it wasn't that bad. It's not good, don't get me wrong, but this is probably one of the best live-action remakes that I've seen in quite some time. Now, the story is essentially the same as the original. Barely anything was changed this time around, and it's essentially just a shot-for-shot remake with the same dialogue and the same story. That should be a bad thing, and normally it would be, but at least unlike some of the Disney remakes that were similar, this one feels like a bit more effort was put into it. For one, the How to Train Your Dragon remake succeeds from a visual standpoint. The production design and costume design do an excellent job bringing the world of Berk to life, and the dragons actually look really good. Framestore really understood the assignment here, and they were able to provide some great VFX and animation. The dragons don't stray too far from their original designs while blending into this live-action environment extremely well, and the action and flight scenes are as thrilling as ever, aided by John Powell once again killing it with the score. I also thought the actors, for the most part, were pretty good. On top of Gerard Butler returning as stoic and providing a bombastic and larger-than-life performance in the role, Mason Thames was surprisingly solid as Hiccup. He really nails the spirit of the character while also adding his own unique spin on the role, making his performance a lot better than I was expecting. The only actor who I'd say wasn't very good would be Nico Parker as Astrid. Like, she's given good performances in other movies and shows, so I don't know why she barely had any energy or chemistry here. I wouldn't consider her terrible or anything, but I wasn't the biggest fan of her performance. My other major gripe with the How to Train Your Dragon remake is that, as previously mentioned, it's just the same as the original with next to nothing new to offer. Sure, the material it's translating over to this new format is at least good, but it really brings into question how necessary this was when the original movie already exists. I guess the thing that puts it above similar remakes like The Lion King is that even if it's the same thing we've seen before but with RTX on this time, it at least has some modicum of passion behind it. But does that make it a good movie? Not really. While I'd hesitate to call the 2025 remake of How to Train Your Dragon outright bad, it's still a live-action remake that falls into the same shortcomings as the ones from Disney. Sure, it looks great, and most of the actors put in a solid effort, but it's hard for me to appreciate it when it's just the first film all over again. I'm sure it'll have its audience, but if you're someone who hates live-action remakes, this one won't be any different. The only thing different about this one is that I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I'm surprised it's not any lower, but at least it wasn't. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2025, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all later.